All right, thanks to those joining me live and to those joining me on archive. This is the Style Boxing. First of all, I want to thank those that have subscribed to my channel in the last few days. All right. Um, I want to thank those that were talking in the chat last night. I want to welcome you guys. So check it out. Okay. Let's talk about this final press conference. Let's go ahead and talk about it. First of all, who won? I'm going to give the edge to Connor. Okay? I'm going to give him the edge. Just because Floyd literally brought nothing new. Like, there was nothing new. The tap out thing it's getting old. And like the whole thing, it's getting old. Like, and there you go. Right. It's not that Connor did great. It's not like, Connor's best performance was Toronto by far. Okay, that was his best performance. He redeemed himself from Brooklyn. I could tell you that much right now. Um, but overall, I give the edge, a very close edge to Connor here. Again, not because he did amazing, okay, but because Floyd just didn't bring anything new here, right? I mean, some people like the music, like the tap, Mr. Tap Out, whatever the music was, but you know, okay. Look, man, here's the thing. Connor, he's saying the right things. He really is. There's a line that he said. Um, I don't even write down notes for this shit. Okay, so spare me if I'm missing some words. I'm paraphrasing. Okay, but he said something like, "Oh, so I'm not gonna have to worry about elbows, kicks, and knees and all that, and ground fighting, and all I got to do is fight this brittle hand dude." Like, there's just stuff like that because that is gonna resonate a lot with casual fans. Okay, not even so much with MMA fans, really, but with casual fans, it's going to resonate a lot with them, right? Like, oh yeah, Connor's a master of everything, and now he only has to worry about one thing. They're kind of missing the point. The boat with the point is sailing away, but you got to give it to Connor. You got to give it to Connor. And I don't really want to talk much about what they talked about because they talked about the same stuff. It's the same shit. Connor did rub his hand on Floyd's head, right? And at that point, what do you do? Like this, like, And I'll tell you this much, man. I've heard stories of Floyd. I have. I will say this: he doesn't like being touched. Okay, he does not like being touched. So deep down that was irking him. But I mean, so he stands up, and then what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it can get awkward really fast, and then what now, right? Um, in a quote unquote street fight, although anything could happen, you would have to favor Conor McGregor, right? Although that shit will be broken up really fast, but that will ruin the whole promotion. Everybody's going to lose a lot of money with that. So that's why I believe, I'm almost convinced that they talked about that. I'm like, something just tells me all this, like they talked about all that, man. Like, it's like, I'm just saying, right? Now, I heard reports that they took the same plane, but not a private jet. But I'll admit, at first it's just shit I saw on social media, but now supposedly that's there's disputing that, saying it's not true. They took different private jets. I don't know. Okay, at this point, who even fucking cares? But um, if they did take the same fucking jet, like, I'm just saying, man. Like, Now, I do want to address this. So, and this is the biggest question everybody has: is this shit staged? Is this shit staged? And I believe that there is a silent understanding between the both of them on what's going on here. Like they both understand the role they need to play, and they both understand what's going to sell this fight. These two guys know what they're doing, right? They know exactly what they're doing. And so that's what I believe is happening. Like I don't think they're getting together in a dark room and and plotting it, like a script, like in the WWE, but I think that they both understand what's going on, because there's, even though, like, even when Connor's going in on Floyd and Floyd's going in on Connor, it just seems like I get the vibe that they're both having fun with it. That's the vibe I get, and I don't like the fact that Floyd was looking at his phone, and because he's trying to play off like nothing's bothering him. I'm cool. I'm chill. I'm just looking at my phone. I don't know, but I don't know, man. This press conference is kind of weak to me. The crowd was great. You got to give them that. They took some questions, but the questions were weak. Like, Connor, how do you prove everybody wrong? Like, what? Okay. Like, Connor, what do you say to the critics that say you can't, that have always doubted you? Like, this is why taking questions from the fans is retarded, okay? This is why fans shouldn't get to ask questions. These are stupid questions, all right? Oh, why don't they let the fans ask questions? Look how stupid those questions were. Hey, Connor, how does it feel to be the best? How does it feel to be the best? Like, shut up, okay? What's with these questions? Nobody asked that, but it would happen, okay? Or Connor, how's it gonna feel when you knock him out? Connor, you're my hero, Connor. Like nobody wants to hear that shit, okay? And nobody wants to hear the Mayweather fans either, right? No, nobody wants to hear that crap. So fuck the UFC style press. Oh, they're better. No, they're not. Okay. Just give them both the podium. And something I wanted to address. Everybody's talking about, they caught me off guard, and Connor's talking about how they caught him off guard and he didn't see it coming. It's a different format. Professional boxing has had the same fucking format for these so-called press conferences forever. Forever. Okay, a bunch of old dudes and sponsorships go out there and give a bunch of boring speeches. Okay, then everybody sits down, and then the trainers talk. Right, they go on stage and they talk. Right, and then the fighters go on stage and they talk. Right, that's how it's always been done. That's never changed since Barrera Morales press conferences. Okay, since Hopkins versus Tarver. Okay, since Hopkins versus Trinidad. Okay, since De La Hoya versus Chavez. Okay, since forever, as far back as I could remember. I can't confirm whether like in the 70s they did that or not, but all I know is that they've been doing that format forever. Stop crying. So stop crying about it, right? But yeah, let's have everybody sit down like good little boys, and Dana White stands in the middle. Like, fuck that format, okay? That's a good format when you want 7, 8 fighters on fucking stage, right? It's not the best format, right? When you're putting on a show for people and it's 2, okay? Now they could have done questions, but I just believe the questions should have been from the media. Not from fans, okay? Like, oh, but what about the fans? Fuck the fans. The fans ask stupid fanboy questions. Like, nobody gives a shit about that, right? Now, with that said, hey, man, I don't give a fuck what you think. But anyway, I do kind of wish, though, this is where I believe Floyd Mayweather dropped the ball. This is what he should have done, in my opinion, okay? Like, do your dumb little bullshit. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, do all that. Okay. repeat the same line, Mr. Tap out this and that and whatever. But then you go to the podium, you take a moment, all right? And then all you say is this. All right, show's over. Have a moment and be serious for a moment, all right? Like, all you got to do is just say, like, listen to me. This has been fun. I've had a lot of great memories doing this. This created a lot of great memories doing this. But come August, well, what day is it? 27th, whatever it is. But come that Saturday, the show's over. I would have looked at Connor and I would have said, you're right, Connor. This isn't MMA. You know what, Connor? You're right. You can't throw elbows. You can't go for takedowns. You can't do any of that. You are going to be out of your element. When I hurt you and you're dazed, you can't rest against the cage. You can't take me down. You can't go for a kick. There's only one way to beat me, and that's with your fist. That's what you signed up for. That's what we're going to do. That's the reality. Everything else is all talk, right? And I would have left the stage. Something along those lines. I would have reminded everybody about the reality of the situation. And I would have, for a moment, okay, flipped the script on what Connor said. Because Connor said, oh, well, I don't got to worry about elbows, this, that, and the third. Well, neither does Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather doesn't have to worry about that either. We're fighting under a certain set of rules that are limited by design. So he should have, in a way, he should have said something like that. Okay, he should have said something along those lines. Have a serious moment, because the biggest downfall to me of all these press conferences, look, it's cool to, say jokes and be funny and all that, but at some point, you want some seriousness in there. Okay, you want some venom in there, some reality, and I feel like both guys, it became more of a, like, I don't know, like who could roast who the best. Like, that's what it became, but at the end of the day, hell, if I was Floyd, I would have even given him that. I would have said, you're a witty guy. You're good at talking, and the people love you, but they can't give you boxing skills, and I would have just gone with something like that. There should have been at some point, there should have been some even Connor, they should have gotten serious, like towards the very end, okay? And since they're agreeing all this shit anyway, since it's all fucking charade anyway, the final stare down should have been no words, just a mean fucking stare down, okay? Like the show's over. Talking is over. That's me, all right? That's me. It's sports entertainment isn't all about being funny and roasting guys, right? Not everybody's The Rock, You also need, the Stone Cold. You also have, the Bret Harts. There's different ways to, put on a show and cut a promo, right? But I just feel like, they started it with cracking jokes and they ended it with cracking jokes. So, hey, what are you going to do? There was never that serious moment of, hey, let me, I know you're going to stand there. I know you're going to smile, but I want you to listen to me. This is the reality of the situation, right? So there you go. All right. Other than that, man, I think they dropped the ball. If I know it's London and I know it's big, but I don't know. Should they have done Dublin? I don't know. I think they should have. I think that would have been huge. But they didn't. You know. What are you gonna do? There's just no money in Ireland. You know. You know. There isn't. Well, by the way, if I mean they're booing him anyway. Like Floyd should have started throwing shots at Ireland. Like he should have started saying stuff like, "You guys can't even make the World Cup." Like like I would have started throwing shots at him, right? Um, that's what I would have done. I would have found out who Ireland's like biggest, um, you know, because I don't really know. Like when it comes to like football over there, soccer or rugby, right? Like I would have found out who their biggest rivals are. I would have worn a jersey of that team. I would have done something like that. Like mix it up a little bit. Like get a little more creative. That's what I would have done, right? Like if they're gonna boo me in fucking Brooklyn, I'm gonna wear an LA Dodgers jersey. That's what I'm gonna do. Although they probably don't give a shit about that anymore in Brooklyn, but you get a little more creative than that, okay? Like for real. I'm just saying, right? Anyway, nothing else to say, right? This one kind of happened during the day. It happened on a Friday. So I don't know how much attention it got in the States. A lot of people are going to leave work, and a lot of people don't got time to watch McGregor Floyd on a Friday night. They're going to go out, and by the weekend, there's going to be a mixture of all the press conferences, and they're repeating the same shit over and over again. So once you watch one of them, you watch all of them, right? I really like the setup on this one, by the way. I like that they had the ring and stuff like that. That was cool. Okay, that was really cool. But other than that, I don't know what else to say. No one here is shook, by the way. I know there's people out there saying, "Oh, he's shook." I don't know what it is, but people try to see what they want to see, right? Like everybody's an expert on body language, and everybody's an expert on shit. Look, man, it's both these guys knew what was going down in these press conferences, and they're doing it to promote the fight, but shit's gonna die down here. Like this was McGregor's time right here. Like his moment of glory was this, Hopefully the All Access gives us some training. All right. I hope I see these guys training. Like that's what I want to see. Like I want to see it, be about the fight game. I don't. That's how the first 24/7 was. Like this was HBO, of course, and then it turned into like a, behind their lives, in their homes and shit, show. And but I understand that they don't give a fuck what I think. They're trying to capture the imaginations of the general public. So I'm realistic. I understand that, right? Now, thankfully, this long, drawn out, presser is over. Okay, it just felt like too long. Like it felt like there was more than four of them. That's how it feels. It just coming on here and talking about it has become exhausting. So I'm looking forward to not talking about these two for a couple of days or over a week, right? And talking about some other boxing shit, right? So this is DStyleBoxing. Keep it boxing.